Hello and welcome to the Lifestyle Herbalist podcast, where we aim to bring you a healthy dose of happiness. I'm one of your hosts, Sabrina Cooper, holistic culinary nutritionist and practical herbalist, mindfulness facilitator, and a registered dental hygienist. Grab a cup of tea and let's dive into today's podcast. What if I told you that your symptoms are not random? They're not betrayals, and they're definitely not your body failing you. What if your symptoms are messages? Messages sent in the only language your body has left. Sensation, discomfort, pain, disruption, headaches, gut issues, jaw tension, skin flares, fatigue that doesn't make any sense, anxiety that shows up out of nowhere. What if these aren't problems to silence, but conversations you've been postponing? Today we're starting a series called The Language of Symptoms. And in this first episode, I'm going to lay the foundation for a new way of understanding your body, one that's rooted in physiology, neuroscience, and systems biology, because your body is not broken, it's communicating. In modern medicine, we're trained to ask one primary question: how do we get rid of the symptom? And don't get me wrong, symptom relief matters, pain matters, quality of life matters. But we often skip a far more important question. Why did this symptom appear now? Your body is an intelligent, adaptive system. Every system is a response, not a mistake. From a scientific perspective, symptoms are outputs of regulatory symptoms. The nervous system, the immune system, the endocrine, which is your hormone system, the metabolic system. When these systems sense threat, imbalance, or overload, they respond, not randomly, but predictably, and often long before disease shows up on a lab test. I want to make this very clear. Symptoms are not the enemy. They are protective strategies. Take pain, for example. Pain exists to stop you from causing more damage, redirect your behavior, force rest or attention. Inflammation, it's a repair response. Fatigue, often a signal that energy production is compromised or resources are being diverted. Anxiety, a nervous system scanning for threat, real or perceived. Your body does not speak English, it speaks biology. And when early signals are ignored, subtle fatigue, tension, digestion changes, the body simply turns up the volume. A whisper becomes a tap becomes a shove becomes a siren. Let me give you a real-world example. A woman in her early 40s experiences daily tension headaches. She's hydrated, she's eating well, her scans are clear. She's told, maybe it's stressed, take magnesium, try a mouth guard. Helpful, but it's not complete. When we zoom out and look system-wide, we see chronic jaw clenching, shallow breathing, high caffeine intake, poor blood sugar relation, constant sympathetic nervous system activation. That headache wasn't a head problem, it was a nervous system overload problem. Her trigeminal nerve, which connects the jaw, face, and brain, was under constant tension. Once the input changed, breath, blood sugar stability, jaw awareness, the nervous system regulation, the system resolved. Not because we fought the headache, because we listened to it. So why do we miss our symptoms, what our symptoms are saying? The big three reasons. Symptom silos. We treat systems separately: gut, brain, skin, joints, when the body doesn't operate like that. Normalization of dysfunction. We're told it's normal to be exhausted, bloated, anxious, inflamed, and in pain. Normal doesn't become and mean optimal. Common doesn't mean healthy. Speed of modern life. Symptoms require slowing down, and our culture rewards powering through. Your body speaks softly at first, but it will get louder if ignored. Here's another example. A man in his 30s developed sudden digestive issues, bloating, loose stools, and food sensitivities. The tests came back mostly normal, but his history shows a major life stress 6 months earlier, poor sleep, high training load, minimal recovery, and constant cortisol output. The gut has its own nervous system called the enteric nervous system, directly connected to the brain via the vagus nerve. His digestion wasn't failing, it was downregulating to conserve energy during perceived threat. Once the nervous system felt safe again, digestion followed. In this series, we're going to decode systems one at a time. Upcoming episodes will explore headaches and jaw tension, gut symptoms, skin flares, fatigue and burnout, anxiety and mood shifts, hormonal symptoms, not from fear, but from understanding, not from blame, but from biology. So here's your invitation this week. Instead of asking, how do I make this stop? Try asking, when did this start? What changed before it appeared? What system might be under strain? What might my body be protecting me from? Write it down. Get curious, not critical. And if this episode resonated, share it with someone who's been told everything looks normal, while their body is telling them otherwise, because symptoms are not the problem, they're the message. In the next episode, we'll begin decoding headaches, jaw tension, and facial pain, and what they reveal about your nervous system, stress physiology, and breathing patterns. Until then, listen closely. Your body has been talking to you all along.